the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. Happy Monday. The sun is shining, and meteorologist Damon Matson joins us now with the latest check on the forecast. And Damon, perhaps the start of a good week of weather.
I mean, Mark, on a Monday to take the edge off a little bit. Don't we like the sunshine?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, come on. It's good. And we have that nice setup going for us here the rest of the afternoon, folks. Yeah, we had a little bit of a cool down over the weekend. Not by much, though. Saturday, we were still in the 50s. But we're now really starting to ramp up those temperatures. We did jump into the upper 50s, lower 60s, 4-hour highs on Sunday. We're already back to those same numbers here at lunchtime on this Monday. 58 in D.C., but we already have 61 Waldorf, Fredericksburg, up to Frederick and Leesburg. A few more of those 50s as you head out to the west. But the plentiful sunshine that we are experiencing will continue to boost up those temps as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon. And we should not see any interruption with that sunshine, except across some of our far southern counties. There is a storm system moving across the southeast. It's pushing a little bit of that cloud cover up toward us here in the DMV, but the cutoff line is right across southern Maryland into central Virginia. So for the most part, many of us will just continue to see a very sunny sky. And there's where our temperatures will end up. How about the middle 60s before the afternoon is done? And especially now that we have that later evening sunshine, it's going to just be plain beautiful through the 7 o'clock hour. Now, can we keep the warmer temperatures, the sunny skies going for the rest of the week? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. Developing now, 20-year-old is missing after going on spring break in the Dominican Republic. Chantilly resident Sadiqa Kanaki was last seen Thursday. She's originally from India and is a student at the University of Pittsburgh. She was traveling with 5 friends from the university when she went missing. Loudoun County Sheriff's Office is working with the State Department and officials in the Dominican Republic to help find her. Local parents say that the situation has them worried about their own kids.
You want them to have responsibility, to learn to be responsible, but at the same time, it is something that you hope doesn't happen.
Your thoughts goes out to the parents and everything.
Yeah, the family.
The family, absolutely.
She was last seen at a beach near the resort where she was staying. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin posting on X that his office is also working to find her, saying, "My administration is working closely as the search continues for her." And thank you to the Loudoun County Sheriff and the FBI Director for your ongoing efforts. Work begins today to remove the Black Lives Matter mural in D.C. DDOT will temporarily close 16th Street to get it done. Yesterday, people gathered at the mural to reflect on its message. Well, last week, Congress threatened to remove millions of dollars from D.C.'s budget if the mural was not removed and Black Lives Matter Plaza was not renamed. People who attended yesterday's rally say that the gathering was not in protest of the mural's removal, but an acknowledgement of its significance to the black community.
We support and recognize our local officials, but we're here because we recognize how important this mural is to us as a people and what it represents.
Mayor Bowser says she will comply with removing the mural and renaming the street, saying that is not the city's focus at this point. It has to be on economic growth and public safety. Students and local artists will design another mural to replace the one currently at Black Lives Matter Plaza. Federal officials are now offering buyouts up to $25,000 employees working in the Department of Health and Human Services. The mass email was sent out to about 80,000 employees, including staff at NIH and the FDA. Workers can start opting in today and have until Friday after 5 to accept their offer. Health officials are urging people to take precaution due to a possible measles exposure in Virginia and Maryland. DC News Now's Jean-Marie Sissay has a closer look at this.
Health officials learned a Maryland resident has tested positive for measles, and they recently traveled internationally, returning to Dulles Airport, and also went to the emergency room last week. Now, officials are urging anyone who may have been exposed to pay close attention to any symptoms. On Sunday, the Maryland Department of Health warned the Virginia Department of Health after a Howard County resident with measles was at the airport on March 5th. Now, this led to opening up an investigation, and now they're looking to identify anyone that was in Terminal A and baggage claim between 4 to 9 p.m. on March 5th to monitor any symptoms, and also anyone who visited Johns Hopkins emergency room March 7th from 3:30 to 7:30 p.m. Now, according to CDC, measles is highly contagious that spreads easily when the infected person breathes, coughs, or sneezes. Now, symptoms include fever over 101 degrees, runny nose, watery red eyes, cough, a rash on the face that could spread to the body.
It's also so transmissible that it can spread and cause a big outbreak very quickly and explosively. There's no harm, even if they did receive those 2 childhood doses, in going out and getting a booster now as an adult. That this is a very safe, very effective vaccine.
Now, officials say this is not connected to the outbreak in Texas and New Mexico that have already seen nearly 230 cases. Reporting in the studio, I'm Jean-Marie Sissay, DC News Now.
Jean-Marie, thank you. In Maryland, the Prince George's County School District says 2 students have died from the flu. They announced the deaths Friday. The district says the 2 students died about a week apart. Officials reporting almost 90 flu cases in the last 2 weeks. One local doctor tells us it's not too late to get the flu vaccine.
Shot, you are significantly less likely to get severe illness or end up in the hospital. So when we say that the flu shot is 35% effective, what that means is that it decreases your risk of having to go to the hospital or having a severe illness by 35%, and that's certainly better than 0.
The school district says that steps are being taken to reduce the spread on campuses and buses with added sanitary supplies and increased disinfection efforts. In the district, a woman was seriously hurt in a fire in Northeast. It happened last night just after 8. Officials say that the flames broke out from a first-floor apartment in a 2-story building on G Street near 23rd Street. It's unclear how the fire started. The injured woman was taken to a nearby hospital. New details this afternoon. A man was shot by Secret Service just after midnight Sunday, not too far from the White House. Secret Service says the police shared information about a suicidal person who they thought was traveling to D.C. from Indiana. Agents spotted the person's car around midnight near 17th and F Streets. And we're told that the person pulled out a gun when Secret Service approached. That's when we're told that it was called an armed confrontation, and the agents fired shots. That person was taken to the hospital. Their condition right now is unknown. D.C. police are leading the investigation. Child is dead after a police chase on Friday night. Investigators say that a District Heights police officer attempted to pull over an SUV on Marlboro Pike, but the driver took off onto Addison Road South. Police say that a short time later, the driver of the SUV crashed, hitting 4 cars, including a vehicle with a woman and a child inside. Both were taken to the hospital. The child died there. The driver of the SUV is now in police custody. Both the police officers involved were wearing body cameras, and officials say that the video is expected to come out within the next 20 days. A Maryland man has a terrifying run-in with police with their guns drawn. They cornered the driver and his friends in their rental car, but it turns out his rental had been reported stolen, and it was just a huge mistake. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree has more.
This is going to be the time where it's like, wow, 33 years of life, this is how I'm going to go on vacation, you know, not be able to see my daughter grow, you know, not be able to enjoy life with my family and friends.
Jeff Otto recalls the night of February 1st. He and his brothers were leaving the fast food chain Raising Cane's in Glendale, Arizona, when they were approached by the local police department. The encounter caught on body cam video.
Have a seat on the curb. Have a seat on the curb, please, sir.
I get in the car first because I'm the passenger, so I get in, but I see my brother Quab and my brother Daniel, they don't get in. All I hear is hands up, and we're like, all right, you know, his hands are up, my brother's hands are up, we're confused.
The 3 men were detained.
Once again, we don't even know what's even going on. They didn't tell us anything. We just have firearms on us, tasers, and they're telling us, we're going to tell you guys in a minute. It's been 15 minutes. We still don't know what's going on.
Otto says officers eventually told them what was happening.
We literally didn't get an explanation until we were handcuffed in the back of the car, and they told us that we were in a stolen car.
According to the police report, the car was reported stolen in Phoenix on January 31st, but was recovered soon after. However, the car was never cleared from police's stolen car database. The men were eventually released. DC News Now reached out to Toro. They said it was, quote, an unfortunate situation that should have not happened. The company says it will work to reinforce their safety and communication protocols. Otto and his brothers were refunded their money.
That was Kevon Dupree reporting. A federal judge in Maryland filed a motion for emergency relief Friday to potentially block DOJ from accessing Social Security information. Well, this comes after a group of labor unions asked the federal court to stop DOJ's actions. All right, Cap star Alex Ovechkin getting closer and closer to history. He's only 9 goals away from breaking Wayne Gretzky's record for the most goals all time. Ovi got his 886th goal in last night's win over Seattle. The Caps are now on a 4-game winning streak with the best record in their division. With 18 games left in the regular season, he has plenty of time to break the record. Caps play again tomorrow night, taking on the Anaheim Ducks. Mason University women's basketball team is headed to the NCAA tournament. Yesterday, the Patriots took down St. Joseph's in the Atlantic 10 tournament title game. The team finds out who they'll be playing in the NCAA tournament on Selection Sunday. Good luck to them.